You are a product of your environment. Today on JT5, breaking the mold. Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Courtney Morrison. This is JT5. And today I have a special presentation to bring to you because today I get to talk to you about social cognitive theory. Now, what is social cognitive theory, you might ask? Well, social cognitive theory was created by a very wise man by the name of Albert Bandura. And here's kind of the gist of it. See, social cognitive theory states that all of the knowledge that you gain while you're growing up, you learn them in a couple different ways through your environment. So through social interactions with those around you, through modeling of what you see them do, and just the different influences that influence you while you're growing up. It could be your mom or your dad or your grandpa or even that uncle that nobody really likes to talk about. Through this theory, you learn from these people. And you learn from the things that they say to you, the words that they say. You learn through the interactions that you have with them. You learn what's the best way to put on your shirt, what's the best way to solve a problem, what's the best way to have an argument, what's the best way to have a discussion. And so that's one of the main things about social cognitive theory. Now, Bandura learned about other theories that were out there, like B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning theory, which stated kind of the same thing, saying that through your environment, that's what influenced your behavior or the way that you grew up, that you learned through reinforcement and through discipline and through consequences, and that is what directed you into making decisions and choices and those types of things. But Bandura took it a step further. See, he believed that as people grew and as they made different choices and as they developed self-efficacy, they were able to then, in return, influence the environment in which they lived in. And in fact, they would be able to influence the environment even more than the environment would have influence on them. I know, crazy, right? And so we think about what Bandura is talking here, and we take it and work that into education. If students are in a classroom where they are directed by the teacher in the proper ways to learn, right? To where it's a risk-free environment where students are able to be self-motivated and self-regulated, and they have that self-efficacy that we talked about earlier. When they're in the classroom where those things are put into play, then they are able to continue to learn and to grow and to grab a hold of their own education. And in turn, they are able to then influence the environment of their classroom for the other students that are in there. That teacher is allowed then to become more of a facilitator instead of a leader. And so what is this idea of breaking the mold? See, when people say that you are a product of your environment, that means that you're kind of jibbed depending on where you grow up or depending on what family you're born into or the location that you're born into. And I just don't believe that. And I know that Bandura's social cognitive theory kind of puts it in a worldly perspective of how someone can have just as much influence on their environment as that environment can have on them. Let's put a biblical perspective on it. Christ tells us that he comes for Jews and Gentiles alike. That means he comes for everybody. That means that he went to the cross and died for everybody, and that he rose from the dead for everybody. And so that means that it doesn't matter what home you're born into or the family that you're born into, or whether you have a crazy uncle, or whether you were born without money or with money, or you were born with a father who loved you or didn't love you. To Christ, that doesn't matter, because when he says Jews and Gentiles alike, he truly means everybody. Just like John 3:16, for God so loved the world. And see, all those other social classes and social constructs, and those are all included in the world. And so I think I connect so much with Albert Bandura's social cognitive theory, because truly what he's saying is, no matter what, you have the ability to break the mold of who others believe you are. What it takes is us Christians modeling and influencing all of the environments around us. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for listening today. If you wouldn't mind, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here again sometime. I'm Courtney Morris. This is Just Take 5. Peace.